Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
You look different today.
Yeah, you know. Nice music.
Oh, you can hear that. It's a kirtan band practice. There's such an awareness of a different pathway.
Oh, out.
Whilst being, totally trapped in the old one.
Let's just see if that is true, because if there's awareness of another path, can't be trapped. And the music is really getting loud.
Is it too loud? I'm not sure what I can do about that.
There is a possibility to tune out background sounds, because you never hear my birds.
Yeah.
So
No.
I'm not really sure how to do that.
Okay, just give me a sec.
Mm-hmm.
Is that different?
Yes. Perfect. How did you do that?
I just went to settings and audio, and there was an option.
Yes.
Not in obvious English, but I just picked the other one.
Quiet. Very good. Yeah. So we were saying there is a new pathway and there is awareness of that. Yes. And the old pathway, there is something going on there. And it feels so that's good. That's already different.
Yeah, I'm not going to think about that too much.
Tell me about that new pathway. What do you notice about that?
It's quiet.
Mm. It also feels here very vulnerable.
Is that the new pathway or the old pathway?
I have no clue. That's what I'm sensing. You tell me. You tell me. It's like, when I asked you to speak about the new pathway, that showed up, and quietness. So
I mean, the only way I can explain it, and I don't know if this would be true, it's like in that new pathway, then all the stuff that's holding, sorry, that's not right. I guess it feels like then a release of the old pathway that I'm holding.
so beautiful to hear. Yes, that's my experience also. When stuff comes, I call it when stuff comes to peace. When it's not fighting for its right to do to do like it's always done. Like, oh, yes. It's beautiful to me. It's in a way, I'm just speaking my experience of new pathways. It's in a way an acknowledgement of all the old. It's like, oh yes, I see. Oh, I see this. And moving on, kind of acknowledging and seeing for as long as it needs that, and then there's a moving on. With that, something releases and something new opens up. So that's how it looks in my system.
And I was going to say the same, and as well that it's like the recognition of I'll say it like this again. I don't know if it's true, but the new pathway hasn't been available for a few days, and I've been getting more and more overwhelmed because there's a lot of challenging things in my life. So this feels like a recognition and then an acknowledgement that there is another pathway that I haven't been able to access.
Oh, beautiful.
And like you say, the acknowledgement of the old pathway at the same time.
Yeah.
Because it can't at that time it can't do any different. It's just grateful to then have some recognition here.
Yes. Yeah.
And just recognition of like, and I'm trying to speak without going into a story, just like how exhausting that other way is, and yet there's no choice, and it
Yes.
really doesn't want to do it like that, but it circumstances don't give it that much choice. There is choice once I'm more rested, but it feels like I have to fight a lot of things at the moment.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
And even when I speak, I just have to wait 1 second, and it's just like, oh, there's the other. I have such an interest in this that it blows it. It's another pattern that I get so frustrated that I can't, access that and live like that when it's so obvious to me here.
Yes. Yeah. It's just good to make the distinction, Laura, because there is that idea when one is in that other old pathway that there is a choice and that there is somebody that could do it differently. So just having a look from here, even though it might be very obvious, of course, one wants to be in this space. But a pattern is a pattern. It just runs for as long it runs until maybe it is seen. And then slowly it shifts into something new. But if there's any idea that it could be different, it will not move. That is my experience. It has to be experienced from this space, without any idea that it should do it differently.
And does that is that's totally unaffected by like external circumstances?
Who knows? Can't say. Maybe there are some beings on the planet that are not affected by anything. But just have to look for yourself in your own experience. Most of us have had such a baggage of unreleased patterns in the system that it is terribly difficult to not follow, let the system do what it needs to do to go other ways, let's say it like that. What I do know and what I've experienced in our meetings since I've been on this path is the more our systems hang out in an environment that
Yeah.
allows something else to happen, the more it all of a sudden does it by itself. But I can find in my system, I see, whoa, it has evolved, let's say it like that. It's incredible these last 30 years. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my God. It's like,
Yeah.
and
And yeah.
Just maybe it will not happen, but in the past, let's say like that, touch this system in the right way and shoop, there, there it goes, or in the wrong way. And it sees and it knows, and then, whoa, okay, it needs to take itself out of the occasion and resource itself and, whew, so
And it's like then in a way choices get made from a different place, which are not made from like I just made a choice today to remove myself from a job that was causing a lot of fear and trouble, and the only reason I took the job was because I was afraid of not having money. So
yeah,
that comes from a pattern of fear and trauma, and so I made a decision that's caused me more fear and trauma. So if from a rested place, I would have realized that I would have trusted my intuition and realized that wasn't a good idea. If that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yes. Yes.
And so it's being restful enough to follow those intuitive feelings. But when you're in fear and patterns and overwhelm, you like making these decisions, and they're
very difficult. Yes.
That's what I meant by external circumstances.
Yes. I totally understand. I totally understand. So, I mean, I would say it is grace, pure grace, when the system finds a way to interrupt that pattern. Oh my God. Yeah, that's where most people find themselves in that kind of loop. Afraid and fearful and existentially threatened and all of that. So, wow, to cut through that is, yeah, grace.
And it kind of comes back to, I think, what Bettina spoke about last week, that constant pressure, the pressure.
Yeah.
And for me, it's a constant pressure to make the right decisions, to keep myself in the country, to keep money coming in. We all experience it, but the pressure is unbelievable to keep yourself going in a way.
Yes.
And make the right choices that are supposed to make life easier, but then they end up making life so much harder.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's why there's all these, spiritual or whatever you want to call that, pathways in a way, where people took themselves out of this lifestyle, just go naked into the bush, not own anything, not being part of this. Others went to caves sitting there, others become monks or nuns, or all the concepts around it, not to be attached to anything, not being part of this interesting, strange world. Anyway, it's so no wonder that looking into who or what we actually are beyond this kind of lifestyle, all of it. So I mean, I can say for me personally, it has done me really good to look at all those concepts, because
I try. I really try.
Just brought another perspective. It's like, wow, does it have to be like this? Just the questioning, does it have to be like this? You don't need to have an answer, but wow, who says that it has to be like this? Oh, who says anything? Is it even up to me? Is it up to me? That's been huge for me, and I loved coming to the point again and again that if it was up to me, it would not be like this. So that always shows me so clearly it's not up to me. Not that what I thought that I was. Not. It's not. It would not be like this. Definitely. Oh my gosh, I could tell you how it would be. Yeah. So it's, when you slowly, when the system calms down a bit and slowly you see how absurd it all is, you start laughing. It's like, what the heck is this? All
I can
made
see
up.
the absurdity of out there, but it's quite hard to see the effect it has and the absurdity that it causes in here.
Yeah, but it's just a good start. It's a start to see wherever you can see. It's nothing to believe, or it's something one has to explore by themselves, so that one can, otherwise it's something you read in the book and it's useless. It's absolutely useless. So it's kind of needs to be explored or inquired or whatever you want to call that. Nobody can tell you. It's like, but can tease each other a bit. We can tease that out of each other. Oh, wow, there was a moment where, a different perspective came in. That belief, that was the biggest thing that ever happened, life-changing experience, when all of a sudden I saw that what thought was in charge wasn't. I was like, wow, it was homecoming, but that's how it was here, So it's for everyone, it's different. But it's good to have a look. It's really good to have a look. But I guess at first we need to take care about the system that it is, because when it's in survival mode, it's very, very difficult to look at anything other than, everything is dangerous and
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Mm. So, but what I understand is that somehow you got into a situation where it was very painful and not healthy for you to be, and you finished that. Is that right?
There's a few things, but specifically, I was trying to, I'm trying to do support work.
Yeah.
And I met with somebody and it just didn't feel very safe, but I pushed with it because I needed the money. And it just became clear that it wasn't very safe. So I tried to cancel it, but it's continued, the messages and the dynamic and whatever. It's not, it was just like the icing on the cake for a number of things I've been through the last few weeks, where I was getting more and more overwhelmed. And then I ended up in this situation trying to get money and improve things. And it was just a bit of a shock. It triggered all boundaries, and it was a male, and the platform that I'm on is not very, I don't think it's a very safe platform.
Yeah, so you noticed all that and took action?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say that is amazing?
Yeah. It's really uncomfortable because it's not clean yet, because I'm still getting messages, and they're quite angry messages.
Do you need to receive those messages?
I don't know, they're on text.
Can you block that?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, just saying.
And it may well not have been unsafe, but it felt unsafe.
That's enough,
Yeah.
Who can ever say what is safe and what's not? If it doesn't feel safe or comfortable, then it's the best to move on. At least that's what makes sense to my system. Yeah, it's not the right place to be, and it doesn't feel all right. Yeah.
And I quit my last job for, a similar reason.
Yeah. So, you quit it for as long as it happens to you. Makes totally sense to me.
Yeah.
It happens 100 times, then you quit 100 times.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Or it's
I
common
guess it's
sense.
the idea that I should be able to do better,
Yeah, wow. gosh, could you let go of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you could
Well,
let go.
I mean, I say I can, but you know, the deep down,
It's just
all
in
the
this
things.
moment. It's
Yeah.
just in this moment. Yes. Just in this moment. Could you let go of that idea about yourself that you should stay in, I don't know what,
Yeah.
situations like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that feeling of just, you know, similar stuff I've shared before about uni and how terrible the course is and the lack of support and the situations that I've been put in and I've tried to share and not, you know, and it's just, I feel like I'm fighting all the time. People not, me just having to, me just being myself. And yeah, I don't know. That is it. It obviously strongly touches a thing that I am just getting it wrong, and I am a
See,
problem.
see, that is really, really worth inquiring into.
Mm, mm,
Again and again, if thoughts come up like this, whoa, they are, it's actually harming yourself with
yeah,
those kind of
I
thoughts.
try, but there's just so many things happening that seem to look like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's okay. I would. Yeah.
No, it's actually not okay. Oh, it's not okay. I mean, I've mentioned that lots of times, but when those thoughts come, I find Byron Katie's work
Mm,
brilliant because, you have
yeah.
it will not overwhelm you. You go sentence by
Mm,
sentence and
yeah. I
inquire
have done some of that.
because you have
Yeah.
it right in front of you, that sentence. I would
Yeah.
really, really recommend
I
that.
have done some. I have done some. Yeah.
Yes, it's because, that is harming you. Those ideas, I mean, we all have those
Mm,
strange ideas about ourselves, but that is
mm,
harmful. That's harmful.
mm,
It's not
mm,
good for you.
mm,
So I mean, from where I'm looking, there is nothing wrong with you or anybody ever. This is exactly how life made you, or
mm,
whatever this is, what makes us, whatever it is. As far as I can see, we don't have zero say in it, how we
mm,
appear, how we behave, how we live, how whatever.
mm,
So when having ideas around that, it should be
mm.
different. Um, it's really worth looking at that.
I guess that's where the question about the external stuff came in, because I kind of do know that, but when the reflection from others is like, what you're doing is not okay or wrong, or, you know, it it feeds that idea, even though
It does that.
when I sit with you, I know, and then I go
Good.
out into the world and I'm just fed all this.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to sit more with me. No, I'm joking.
Happy to.
I'm joking. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, to be in this environment as much as possible so that those thought forms lose their grip. Yeah. That is so unhealthy. I mean, I know those thought forms, not, not that I don't know them. I just
Mm, mm,
have inquired into them. Every meeting, every person that comes, every retreat, gosh, years, years of inquiry. And still, and still, it's worth it. It's really worth
it's
it.
finding it. It's finding it when you're in like survival and there's so many. It's like knowing. When I was doing a bit of buying Kate a couple of days, I didn't even know which were. It was just so many of them,
Mhm.
which is where this is more helpful at this moment, to just find a bit of rest.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
And there's a massive part of me that doesn't like to bring this. Just feels like I'm stuck in another story.
It's good to see that too. And well,
Yeah.
kiss it goodbye.
Yeah.
This is so valuable for so many of us to see it. Yeah. So well, I'm so grateful that you come forward so honestly, so courageous.
I just have so much interest in that other pathway.
Yeah, I'm so glad. Mm.
It doesn't take long.
Amazing, huh? Mm. Tina.
Hi.
Hi.
Just to continue that with Laura brought this habit, I'm not okay. I have to do it different. It's really so in the cells. And I'm with you. We do that since a lot of years, and so much is coming up and always coming. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. So is it possible to find kindness
Yeah.
towards these systems?
That's the key.
That's the key. Yeah, I find it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like somehow here they are, show up like this, and they do their best,
Yeah.
you know, struggle and do, and maybe a 70, 80 years or something, or sometimes less, sometimes more. Gosh, and then they're gone. The
Yeah.
next comes. Yeah. Is it possible to find kindness for every each system, for every each thing that comes, every being?
Yeah.
Mm. And starting here with this one. Oh, loves hearing that, huh?
Yeah.
It loves it. Mm. It's actually, coming back to the conversation with Laura, her system saying no to that is actually kindness, isn't it?
Yeah. 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 Yeah, that's great. Because in here's the issue with the work. For in 2020, I cut my job in the office because it doesn't feel good, and it costs a lot of energy, and now I have another one, and really, the last 2 weeks I didn't work because of my father. So on Tuesday, no, on Thursday I was working again, just 5 hours, and nothing really strong work or nothing is happening. But I come home and I no energy. I don't do anything. I just lie on the sofa and read a book, and yeah, yeah, yeah. And there's this other part, like Laura said, there's fear of having no money and not able to cut that at the moment. It's not much, but it's too much. It's not, yeah.
So let's have a look at, I totally get it, but let's also have a look at that idea that it should be different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, 5 hours of work and coming home, going on the couch or sofa and reading a book. So
Yes.
what's wrong?
When that
What's
is
wrong?
okay, no, nothing. That's like,
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, it is an interesting idea that it should be different. Huh? One could also, I mean, I'm not saying that one should, but one could also say, wow, okay, it was only 5 hours and it was exhausting, obviously. Oh, but I have what I have, and I can sit on the couch for the rest of the evening and read a book.
yes, I
And
did.
I'm
Yes.
just saying, I'm not
Yeah.
saying that one is, but it's also an attitude to look into. There is this, it's an interesting pattern that also runs through most of us. I know it well in myself, that it should be different. Like,
Yes.
okay, if you come back from work, you should have tons of energy and jump around and go dancing and
Yeah.
sing all night long and, should be happy all the time. And it's interesting, I'm just mentioning a few ideas, but so there we are, this is what the system can do, and this is what it does. And somehow it gets enough of everything. It has water, it has shelter, it has food, even a book to read. So how about, wow, thank you.
Yeah.
See, that's again the kindness.
Yeah.
That would be kindness. Rather than, 5 hours and now I can only go on the couch and read a book. It's a beautiful example, so I'm really chewing on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
But it's
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
And actually, I can see the change already. Years before, I would hit on me much more. So I see it and I did it. And yesterday on Friday, it was a totally different day and I did a lot. So it does it by itself. Yeah.
Yes.
It's really like you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really, it's like, how can we invite with everything that happens around us, kindness
Yeah.
towards our
Yeah.
own system
Yeah.
again and again.
Yeah. And that's in the situation, there is no seeing that there is no kindness that in that moment. It's somehow so a play between, oh yeah, it's okay, but it's not okay, and yeah, but it was more okay than not okay. Let me say that it like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, even chewing on that rather than, wow, now I'm seeing.
Yeah. My dear. Yeah.
Oh, you're beautiful, Bettina. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
habits are really
It's a
intelligent.
strong habit everywhere. You know,
Yeah,
look around, it's everywhere. There's complaining, complaining, complaining,
yeah,
wanting, needing,
yes,
needing,
yes, yes,
out. Somewhere, someone is wrong, someone did something. It's just constantly this out rather than, wow, look what
yeah,
I've got.
yeah,
Look.
yeah, yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
wow. Look what I've got.
and also
Wow.
that starts with me, not with the other.
Always,
Yeah,
always. You know, and even that me letting that go off the hook, letting that off the hook.
yeah,
It's just, I mean, it's funny to speak it like that because then it always seems like it is me.
me, yeah,
It's not little me, it's just in
yeah, more here.
center.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
And movement all around, everywhere and here,
yeah,
still at the center.
yeah,
Yes. There is the absolute kindness. It's the warmest of the warmest, the yummiest of the yummiest, right in there. We all know that. We all know that. Mm. 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 Mm.
all is well.
All is well. Alles ist gut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. It's like the more it goes, comes to that core. It's so obvious, huh? That all well. Mm. I like when you say that.
Yeah, me too. And I was amazed that it's coming up again. It's always, yeah, it's great. So grateful to be with you and you all. Oh my gosh. And I'm so
Yeah.
looking forward to see you in real.
Oh, far out. I
Oh,
love that you're coming.
yeah.
So good, Bettina. Yes, I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to.
yeah.
Mm.
Thank you.
Mm.
Mm, thank you.
Mhm. Marina.
Hello.
Hello.
Just wanted to share. I spent the day with Jessica and the two grandkids yesterday, and but afterwards we went to the cafe that my son owns, and their dad was there, and yeah, it was so interesting having my daughter there and speaking to their dad, and he was more open than he normally is. We normally
Oh,
we get on fine, but he doesn't like to talk about emotion or anything. And yes, and then yes, this morning I spoke to my son and to Josh, and he said, whatever you said to Dad yesterday, Mum, he opened up to me. We sat around the pool, just him and Jessica and his dad yesterday, and he said, I don't know if it's the drugs because he's just had shoulder surgery, so he's on painkillers and stuff. I think it's the drugs, actually. But he's apologized for never having told him he loved him. And I'm so sorry I've not told you that, and I'm sorry I haven't hugged you.
Oh, wow.
And
Oh.
Josh said, yeah, Josh was so touched. And he said, it's funny, I've hugged Dad and I've told Dad I love him, as an adult now. And so it's like, he's more open. He's opening up. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Wow.
So, yeah.
It's never too late, huh? Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, it's amazing, Yeah.
Mm. Thanks for sharing that. It's beautiful.
Yeah. It feels like there's some healing happening in this whole dynamic and family.
Family constellation, yes. Far out.
Yeah.
Good news.
Good news. And he's allowing me to, because I've been asking if I can help him at all, and he's actually finally said yes to me helping, not in the cafe, but I'm picking up his bread in the morning, but
Yeah.
and he can have a few days off next week because he won't have to do that. So, yeah. Yeah, it just feels like they might be little, but they're big.
Yes.
Steps.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Yes. It's big. It's very big.
Yeah.
Good news.
Good news. Yeah. I just love to just sit quietly now. That's all right. Yeah. So many stories, like I just notice how many stories the mind has.
Oh.
Forever.
Forever.
Yes.
Creative. Oh my gosh. It's just, yeah, so good to see.
It's really good to see.
Really good to see.
So ridiculous, isn't it? It's like,
Funny. It's funny. It comes up with the most absurd things.
and it's
Ah,
very serious.
yeah, very
Really,
serious.
really believes it all. Yeah,
Yes,
really
Yeah.
important.
very, very important.
Very
Yes,
high priority.
it's so good to see that. So good to see. Yeah. Letting it do its thing and not believing any of it. Wow, you see, then comes the that's the biggest fun.
Yeah,
And that happens for a moment.
yeah.
Mm. Mm.
We just like being with my 5-year-old granddaughter yesterday. Like, it's just joyful.
Yes, natural.
That's naturally just, unless she's not, having little tantrums for 5 minutes or whatever, but
Yeah,
the rest of the time, yeah,
but even
totally.
that,
Even that is real.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just like,
even that, pull up and let's move on.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you, dear Micah. Thank you, everyone.
And thank you. Mm. Mm. Judith.
Good to be here again,
Yeah.
and so needed.
Mm.
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 Mm. Mm.
where kindness comes from.
Yeah.
The kindness.
Mm. Mm.
Mm. Nice, so nice, so good, so yummy, so needed. Yeah, and
You
beauty. Sorry.
nearly done with your move?
No, no, no. We haven't moved yet, but there are 2 houses that needed both to be worked at.
Mm.
So here it is almost done.
Mm.
And Tuesday the photo shoot will be here. So then everything had to be spick and span and ready. And so we are still a bit busy with cleaning up.
Mm.
And at the other side, that is the same time that the whole new construction and painting and floors and all those things is happening as well. So I suspect next week the sale is going to happen of this house, and then like 6 to 8 weeks we will be moved out here and be there.
Oh, okay.
But it is getting now a bit slower that things are getting done. So anyhow, there's a kind of perspective of things are happening and getting ready, and yeah. So the checklist is that is done, like that. But it is a roller coaster, I tell you. Yeah.
Good luck with it.
Yeah. And then it's so good to be back.
Yes.
The best of all this. So I recognize everything that the others have spoken about: overwhelm, stress, and fear, and tension in my relating with Maarten. Oh my God, you can't believe it. And finding my way back over and over again. Yeah.
Over
So
and over again.
over and over again. So thank you very much.
No, you're welcome.
I thank you all. Mm.
Esther,
Hi, Meike.
hi.
Do you hear me well?
Mhm.
No music disturbing? Cool.
You have music there too? Or?
Yeah, I have.
No, I don't hear music.
Oh, cool. Let's see if I can find you. Yes. Yeah, I see a lot of patterns here are playing.
Oh, of course.
No, and what you said, I want to check that the pattern has to see that it's not necessary anymore.
Ah.
That's the question. I can't do anything about it.
It's a trick question, man. You're trying to trick me.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's just, I'm checking like connection, getting connection, and then I check that there's,
So, Esther,
yeah.
it's beyond the mind. It's beyond the mind. The mind is useless here.
Yeah, but like, doing the work with it.
Yeah, do the work with it. Yes,
Yeah,
that's good.
but I did it many times, like, I feel the ground under my feet. I'll feel breath coming in and out my lungs, and
Good.
no, that's
Fantastic.
connection.
Whatever that is.
Whatever
Yeah.
that is, and yeah,
Don't need to make a statement.
yeah.
Yeah. Every statement makes it a concept.
Now my English is not okay. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, I would love to sit with you. I feel some fighting in my system, and
Yeah, I can feel that. Yes, I can
so
feel it.
not personal, and I'm checking if it's safe here and what's the need of it, and but it's still there. Yeah, and I see it's an old habit of surviving. Habit of, in a way to protect myself, and the other opposite is to connect. So it's a double old thing. So, but now I'm here. And it's still, so you can hear me, I can let it go. I like your neck thing.
Thank you.
Beautiful colors.
Mm.
Nothing to do.
Say again.
Nothing to do. Nothing to do.
Thanks.
Thank you, Meike, and everyone.
know.
I'm just noticing as I'm sitting here. Yeah, it's like the tension or stress or worry that comes being here. I just notice how much it resides in the body as I'm sitting here. You know, it's like it's in the bones and in the jaw and the, you know, tightening up of it's what Bettina and Laura was saying about, you know, that sort of stress we have put on ourselves. I mean, I don't even really need to work, but it's there in different ways of, yeah, doing better or trying or thinking we could do it differently, could have done it differently. And yeah, it's just this constant, yeah. And then like when there's more consciousness, it's interesting how much I'm noticing of it, how much it affects the bodying.
Yes. Yes. Mm.
Mm.
There you started, and I wasn't sure who was frozen. There was a frozenness, so yeah, it's
Yeah, I
moving.
think my internet's been funny for a little while. Yeah.
No
You were
worries.
frozen, but it's mine.
It's so good to see that, isn't it?
Mm.
And one doesn't know what's first, huh? Is it the
Is it?
physicality tightens up and then the thoughts come, or if it's the thought first, like who was first, the egg or the chicken, huh? Isn't it? It's
Yeah.
very difficult to say. Very difficult to say. Sometimes it's pre-thought even. It's like you can feel the system tightening up, but there's actually no thought around that. So it's before that. But then the mind loves to kick in and make a story around it, whatever discomfort there is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Papaji would say, keep quiet. Don't think. It sounds like, oh yeah, how do you do that? But from here, it makes sense, doesn't it? Don't believe any thought. Yeah. Don't believe in anything. Not what it says. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Yeah. And then it's like your grandchildren. Yes. Little tantrum happens, and then the fun is coming back, and exploring and playing and happy for no special reason. And then that changes again. But there's not really a thought. Huh? There's not really those
No.
little. It's just not like that. There's not that thinking things through, or it just does. It flows, huh? Isn't it? It just
Yeah.
yeah. And we love watching it, don't we? Oh,
It's
gives
beautiful. Yeah. And she hasn't been in a school system yet. You know, she's been at home and then she'll go to Steiner this year.
Mm.
Um, So she's been very loved, and it's loved
Yes.
as most parents are that have so much energy. But yeah,
Mm.
yeah, she's fairly free with her. Well, her imagination is wild, and it's just lovely.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's really who we are, and then all this comes in.
Yeah, I mean, who we really are is beyond even that, isn't it? I mean, in the end, who can say who we are or what we are?
Yeah.
I hear you. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
It's
I guess on a more, yeah.
It seems like it's all part of the whole thing. We come into this world and there's this innocence and so on, and all of a sudden brain waves are changing, and all of a sudden we find ourselves with this brainwave state. And yeah, how does it happen that we questioned all of it? Huh? How did that happen? We're questioning or getting exposed to inquiry and exploration, and like, gosh, who or what are we? Are we the mind? Are we those thoughts that come and go? Are we these bodies that are constantly changing? I so love that definition of the East, of those sages. Here we say this is reality, even though it's changing all the time. And they say real is that which doesn't change. I love that. So, and then you see what makes sense to your understanding and to your knowing, and so that you find a bit of peace.
Yeah.
Then there have been those people like Ramana who had to explore in a totally different way, but that's so rare. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. You can see we kind of have to walk around and work and do whatever we do. Yeah, and taking a bit of time out to look a tiny bit beyond all those ideas that we assume that we are, that are so trying to take over reality. Yeah. Who are we? I mean, what the heck is going on here? Nobody can actually tell you. Nobody can tell you what's going on. All made up. Amazing, amazing, amazing scenario. Amazing. All made up. Out of
Even our
dust.
some of the dreams I have, I mean, they're made up. Like some of the dreams, I thought, that was complete nonsense. Where did that come from? I just opened some fairy tale book and made up some rubbish. I mean,
Yes, yes,
not
yes.
anything deep, meaningful, anything occasionally, but
And who decides? Who
yeah,
decides what is meaningful and what's not meaningful?
yeah, right, yeah. Mm.
Just very, very lucky when we have moments of seeing all of beyond that, seeing through the veil, or when those veils fall, and so, gosh. And then taking a breath, and maybe the jaw loosens a bit and the chakras start spinning, and that stuff.
Oh,
Having a good laugh about it all.
yeah. Yeah.
And then starting all over, Yeah. Everywhere the same. Everywhere the same.
Yeah, no, I've been noticing a lot of that could have, should have, especially with all this stuff happening with Josh and him opening up and wanting to know things and the stories that come. But I don't listen to them as much now or believe them, you know. The
Oh,
could
happy
have,
to.
because, oh my God, how come I did that? And the poor kids, like I did this and I was completely unaware that it affected them in this way, you know, and yeah, and I'm better at kind of going, you know, that I was doing the best I could. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, nice how that sinks in when you say that.
Yeah, a little more kindness.
Yeah. I mean, it just always again comes to that, who's in charge of it all?
Mm.
Yeah. Who wired your system that way and wired this system this way? How did that happen? How much say did anybody have in it? You know, sperm and egg come together for whatever reason. You know, for some people it was rape. You know, baby came out of that. For others it was big love. Baby came out of that, and then all of a sudden there's something like this. You know, every face looks different. Every nose is different. Every eye is different. Every hair is different, colors different. How much say in how personality develops? Why does one child scream and why does the other not scream? You know, where would you start of pointing the finger? That's where you come into play and you did it. How?
Yeah.
It's a joke. If you really look, it's ridiculous, absurd to do that. It's your fault. You did that to me. It's like, what the heck? I would have never done that.
Yeah, yeah,
Never. Never.
Mm.
You know, and I'm not saying that to justify anything. It's more, what happens when that is really deeply seen? You really see, whoa, there's nothing in your hands. Whoa, it shakes every foundation in a certain way. So, whoa, nothing to hold on to. It really, it shakes everything actually. There's nothing one can hold on to. Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, and then the idea that it could be different or you could do better.
Yeah.
I'm learning more and more slowly, but thanks to you and thanks to Isaac and you know, listen to Eckhart, you know. But that, you know, the only thing we can do is be here and
Even that.
yeah, but not yeah, but I mean
Even that. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
I hear you, and I'm questioning all of it.
Yeah.
And it shakes everything. It loosens everything up. Oh, and something tries to keep it a little together.
Yeah, like, yeah, there's no choice of even being, because I can sit here and be a lot more present and then go, yeah, I'm going to do that all day long.
Yes,
And of course,
exactly.
no, off I am. I'm watching a movie or I'm watching YouTube, or I'm going for a lovely walk, looking at some nature and talk, completely in
Yeah,
my head, or,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, then who makes those choices?
Who makes those choices? Yeah. Who makes those choices? If you look at some religious people or religion, where people then have tried to I go into monasteries and, then you learn just the scriptures. So to keep the mind busy with those things, at least, But it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So you can kind of, it seems you can, but it's all the same thing. Then you repeat mantras, or you read Bibles or Quran or whatever it is. It's the same thing. Maybe it's nice, or you could even say better from a certain way, from a certain view, than that, it's more tamed and more content in a certain way. But if you really look, wow, just trying to keep the mind in in the box.
Something. But
Yeah.
see, there, that's my mind would go, well, yeah, but that must be helpful because they're concentrating on a one pointed positive thing.
Yeah, and then look what's happening there. For some monks and nuns, it works wonderful, and for others it doesn't. Even though then they are full with that kind of knowledge. But then you could also, you study something else, entertain your mind with other things. It's also can also be used. And I'm not saying that it's not useful, or I'm not saying that there is a certain way. I'm just, how can I say? I'm just looking at, I'm just questioning, let's say it like that. I'm questioning that there is anybody that decides anything and has a choice in anything. Even when I speak about kindness or whatever it is, I don't see that there is anybody ever that has a choice in anything. But that's just me.
Yeah. Yeah, because yeah, there's that story here of I was selfish around with the kids, this whole dynamic, because I was not aware of the impact on them. I wasn't even aware of the importance of me as a mum, or there was a lot of lack of awareness. But that's yeah, that was still me doing the best I could somehow.
But there's also, I hear that there's a confusion in what awareness is. Because it sounds like that if there would have been awareness, then you would have done the right thing.
Right. Which, you know, I could see that's not true because there were patterns playing. Yeah.
You know, this whole thing is made from patterns. It happens, you know, otherwise it wouldn't work. It's also makes sense. It's on automatic.
Mm.
It's on automatic. It knows when to grow cells. It knows when to let go of old cells. It knows it does that all by itself automatically, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It thinks by itself. There's not much say you have in there. You can't say, I don't want these thoughts, I want only those thoughts. Isn't it? They just do what they do. They come and go as they want. At least that's how it is in my system here.
And yet there still needs to be a little effort. I've heard both you and Isaac have said it too. You still have to have some effort in sort of almost practicing this
Yeah. Yes.
as well.
Yes.
And that seems like choice.
And
to
there's
put
no choice.
the effort.
No choice. I don't see that there's choice.
Yeah, right.
Even if it's efforting, there's no choice. Even if they're seeing, there's no choice. It seems that way.
Mm.
But is there? I can't see it. I just, however I look, and I've looked many times and from all different directions, I don't see that there is anybody doing anything, being in charge, let's say it like that. To me, it happens all by itself. Unbelievable. Wow. Wow. Ah, wow.
Yeah.
Absolutely wow. And when that is seen by whatever, in my system, there is a relief. It's like, oh, and then it seems as if it surrenders into itself with that seeing. So, oh, wow, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then there's more relief. And then that which normally thinks that it is in charge sees itself just moving through it all.
Yeah. Oh.
You know what, and you know what I mean.
I do, and like right now, the mind, of course, is completely confused. It's confused
Yeah,
anyway.
it has to. It has to. It has to. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has it. It's very confusing to the mind because it's
Yeah.
so convinced that it is in charge.
Yes. Yes.
So convinced. Mamma mia, it's
Totally.
convinced.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
One thought from as after the other, so convinced of itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good sign when it's
Yeah.
confused.
When it's confused, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you for this discussion, Meike. It was beautiful.
Thank you. I love having a talk with you like this very much.
Yeah. Like, ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even being pulled to this,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
interested in, where does that come from? Because that's not,
Where does that come from?
so
Where
it's
does
out of nowhere, seemingly.
Where does that come from?
Yeah.
It's a very, very good question. Such a good, even within family systems. Why does one of the children, for example, or parents, feel pulled there and another one feels pulled into that? I mean, sports or music or nothing at all or this, you know. How does that work?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's beyond. I mean, it's mind-blowing actually, huh?
Yeah.
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 How come that we are born into this culture and not into China or India or South America or America? How come that we find ourselves here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's
Uh,
let's talk this stuff again and again because it's good to have a confused mind. Yeah. Hmm. Anything else you want to talk about in this regard?
got 6 minutes.
6 minutes? Okay.
Oh no, might let the group enjoy you for minutes. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Mike. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll leave with my blown mind.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Cameron,
Hey, Marco.
hey.
I know we don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to jump
Yeah.
right in. I- I've experienced a lot of disruption with this whole could or should be any different if everything is arising within awareness, all thoughts are arising within awareness, including any motivation to do anything different. All arises within awareness. And so, I had this conversation with Isaac where I was saying, like, if I'm driving my car and I'm the only person on the road, I can drive however I want. I can go in reverse, I can swing across lanes, I can do whatever I want. There's no one there. There's no one else to be affected. As soon as there's another car on the road or other cars on the road, that particular kind of driving can be dangerous to oneself and to others. And then that gives the opportunity to say, well, either I'm going to stop driving, I'm going to learn how to drive better, or I'm going to figure out why I drive in this way, which presumably is going to lead to one of those two other options. It's unlikely that one would just continue to careen and drive across the road in a crazy way.
See, there you can see no choice.
No
There
choice.
you see
Well,
no choice.
yeah, maybe no choice, right? But again, like if everything is arising within awareness, then even the idea that something could be different is something that arises within awareness. And so it is possible for that idea to arise and to follow that
Yes.
idea to its conclusion, which is I'm going to go back to school, I'm going to learn how to drive better. And like, so I have this frustration that arises not in the dialogue, but in how often I have not only applied that to myself, but heard others apply it. And so in my particular context, you know, with what's been going on with me, I've had somebody show up and say, well, this is just how it is. And so your idea that it could or should be any different to how it is the thing that's causing you suffering. And I'm kind of going,
okay,
yeah.
I hear you. Okay, so, you know, this conversation that just happened with Marina was a conversation between her and my system. And it
Yes.
was on, and let's say it was on a certain frequency, let's say it like that. So now they're, you know, using words, there are definitely different frequencies. And it depends on where something is swinging or where something is asking for attention to meet it right there. So when there's a frequency coming out towards me that is actually asking for a different approach, then I will not talk like this. Then, you know, if I'm hearing your system is asking actually from something else. So then I would, to that frequency that is asking for a different kind of attention, I would not talk like I just talked with Marina.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
sometimes it just depends on how systems meet. I mean, you know, there's maybe something that like absolute truth or whatever, I'm not sure, there's all these words in a certain way. But sometimes, you know, if you have mother and child or whatever, and you can't talk to a child like that. You know, if I talk to a child, come on, you know, it's all conceptual and you know, don't, you know, it just doesn't work. If there's a need in the child, it will scream until that need is, if you give attention to that need, or you attend to that need, or the child will end up in a mess, you know, like most of us have in a certain way, because for whatever reason. So that then builds building blocks and puts us together in a certain way that we then maybe suffer later in life or not, you know, and then our systems react and live in a certain way. And I can tell from my own system, my gosh, there have been so many belief systems, and it was even mine. It was very, very clear that it was somehow put in here, and then it believed that. It was like, wow, until by grace something else happened. But so just to make that distinction, I can talk with somebody like that, and then it can be understood just right there. And I know you know all that, but sometimes another frequency is asking for attention, and you can't talk to it like that. It will not understand it. It's just a different, one talks here and the other one is here, or so it doesn't meet.
Okay, thank you. We're out of time, so
big hug, yes. Thanks for reaching out. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beings. Next meeting in about 10 days, I think, Wednesday again. Thanks for showing up again and again. Kisses and hugs and love and peace.